Well, now let's go to a member of the committee considering that White House subpoena, Congressman Joe Barton. Congressman, is it just a coincidence that on the same day you're preparing a subpoena, the White House launches this review?
Well, if it is a coincidence, it's a pretty rare one. We've been trying to get the White House to cooperate for almost a year now, and the announcement that we will conduct a business meeting that we could issue a subpoena is the first thing that seems to have gotten their attention and triggered this announcement that they made about the independent counsel.
Is the White House stonewalling you?
They want to. We've sent them at least 3 letters. They have yet to claim any kind of executive privilege, which I don't think they will, because there's no national security issue here. So what they ought to do is voluntarily next week submit the documents that we've been asking for, so we can get on and let the people know what's been going on in the White House and why a loan that the Bush administration turned down, the Obama administration resurrected within 2 months of assuming control of the White House and the Department of Energy.
If they do not respond by Thursday, when you meet again to discuss the subpoena, will you issue a subpoena next Thursday?
Well, I'm not the chairman or the subcommittee chairman. I'm chairman emeritus. It will require a vote of the Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee. But my guess would be, and it's a very informed guess, that if the White House does not cooperate, Subcommittee Chairman Stearns and Full Committee Chairman Upton will have the votes to get the vote to issue the subpoena or subpoenas if necessary.
And if they are issued, these subpoenas, and the White House does not respond to them, does not deliver, what then?
Well, they could be held in contempt of Congress. That's fairly rare. I don't believe any president wants to be held in contempt of Congress. I'm not aware of any president if you go back to Watergate and Richard Nixon in the 70s, that has not complied, even reluctantly, once subpoenas are issued.
Now, if you had your choice of any business that the White House has that you'd be interested in looking at it, what would that be?
Well, the key question is, why would take a loan that, again, the Bush administration in January of 2009 said this one's not ready for prime time, and in March of 2009, when the Obamas come in, all of a sudden they want to give them $500 million. Something happened, and it wasn't with the career staff at the Department of Energy. All the internal documents say that OMB and Treasury and Energy civil service officials were very skeptical of this. What appears to have happened is that there was a lot of pressure from political supporters of the president who had financial interest in this particular company, in this particular loan. They apparently contacted senior officials in the White House, up and including to possibly the president himself.
Well, we know that Mr. George Kaiser,
and they called over there.
Yeah, we know that Mr. Kaiser visited the White House on several occasions. We don't know exactly what he said. Now, we do know that the White House Chief of Staff, as a result of this review that they're going to do of energy loans, is saying that he's going to assess the condition of other loan guarantees made by the Energy Department to find out whether they got the same deals to put taxpayers behind private investors that Solyndra did. Is that one of the bits of information you're trying to find out?
Well, that's a direct violation of the law. I wrote the law. I was chairman of the conference committee that authorized these specific loan guarantees. And we very specifically said that you could not subordinate a taxpayer-guaranteed loan to the private sector, and the Obama administration directly went against that and wrote a memo or memos very convolutedly trying to show why they could go around that particular law. Yes, sir, that's something we need to know.
And we got to run, but final question, do we know who actually oversaw that change in precedent of putting the taxpayers below the private investors?
Well, the decision to do it was made by the Secretary of Energy, Secretary Chu,
who you will have before your committee coming up in mid-November.
November the 17th.
Congressman Joe Barton, we appreciate you coming on, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.